There we go. All right. So, do you want to know the cheat code? Betting that you're here, I'm probably sure you do. And, well, let me ask you this. Do you ever feel yourself thinking, I wish I had known that in the beginning? Well, let's learn which pitfalls to avoid earlier in your career that will empower you towards greater success. Because earlier in my career, I was looking for the shortcuts, the cheat codes to my success. And needless to say, I didn't find very much success earlier in my career. And that's where I want to take you through today some tips that will help you give you insight into the cheat code and also some things that I wish I really truly had known in the beginning. Now, ultimately, if you are interested in more tips to be a greater developer, then I encourage you to reach out. I've created the Coding Career Fastline to help you accelerate your career wherever you're at in the process. Now, the first thing I wish I had known was the money will come if you provide value. I definitely chased money earlier in my career, or started to chase. I never fully engulfed myself in totally chasing and jumping ship to different jobs because fortunately I had mentors who stopped me. And I had to watch my friends jump ship for money, and they took $10,000 pay increases or $15,000 pay increases to go to another company. And that's great. If the job, if the project's what you want, and the money's there, then totally do it. But the reason why I wish I knew no starting out, maybe I could help them because I watched so many of them become unhappy. Because $15,000 sounds like a lot until you break it down. It's $1,250 extra a month. You take out taxes, you take out your 401k, you take out your health care. We're talking probably you get an extra $600, maybe 500. Let's go with 600. You divide that twice a month. Now you're talking $300 a paycheck, and $300 a paycheck that's a good amount of money, I guess. Right? Maybe an additional car payment. But then what happens when you're extremely unhappy and now you're in a place where you don't want to be and you're stuck and you just moved here and it looked really bad to leave and go to like job hop because you've only been there a month? And so what I learned looking back is that truly money is not the answer, and that it will come when you provide value. And luckily that's what I had started to do. Now, I didn't totally make this mistake, but this one thing I want to make sure you know, that don't chase the money. If you start providing value, like I've talked about in other videos, it will come. The second thing I wish I had really known, especially in the beginning, was that you're going to be on top. Because the second you're on top of JavaScript is the second something new comes out. Or the second you're on top of PHP is the second some other language takes over. And what's one of the things I had to come to the realization of is you are never going to be on top, so don't freak out if you're not. And at the same time, if you're just trying to be on top, you're going to go in one direction, and then before you know it, the mountain's going to move. So in this one, I wish I had known this because I would have broadened my horizons a little bit more, paid a little more attention to what's coming out and what's there. Not just one thing, but focus on a multitude of things that would have helped me out, figure out where I wanted to go, and did I want to be a jack of all trades, or did I want a niche, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. The third thing, a mentor will help you get there faster. I tried a lot of things earlier in my career to just do on my own, whether it's try to take my own style or make my own style of meetings, or do my own style of code, or just kind of put my head down in the sand to just think I could slap the keyboard and make things work and then actually get rewarded for it. I thought about a lot of things definitely earlier in my career that I just thought I magically deserved. And I didn't truly actually get anywhere until I actually had gotten a mentor, because a mentor who had been there before where I wanted to go showed me how to get the results I was ultimately looking for through different processes and routines. But on my own, I was getting nowhere. With someone who'd been there, all of a sudden I saw results, and it was absolutely a fantastic feeling to be trusting with someone that had been there, to where like, yeah, no, try this instead of that. Be open to this instead of that. And as is some of the things I'd already talked about with the money lessons and learning that I was never going to be on top. Mentors directly tied to a lot of things I'm telling you today, that I didn't learn some of these lessons until I had someone by my side helping me get to that goal. And so I wish I'd known that from the very beginning, because I don't think I got a mentor until about 2 years in, maybe 3. And to think back that, man, from day one, if I had someone who was helping me. Well, if I had the coaches I had about 2 to 3 years into my career and move them to year 0 or year 1 at the very, very start, I wonder where I could be. I mean, I'm very happy where I am, don't get me wrong, but I just wonder, those 2 years. So I guess that's something I should not dwell in the past here, because it's not going to help. But point being, I wish I had known that starting out. Fourth point, do not try to learn it all. And this goes really to the previous one, the third point, I think second point technically. You're never going to be on top. This is kind of a piece right off that. And ultimately what it is to find your niche. Like I said, if you're going towards this mountaintop, they're going to move it in technology because it's coming up so fast and so many things are coming out and it's extremely hard to stay on top. But find your niche. That can be a really great place to become a subject matter expert, somewhere where the mountaintop's going to move, or maybe somewhere where you're creating the niche. So when I had started out, the mean stack was coming out, and it was very prevalent. When it first came out, I was there within the first 6 months of mean stack being coined by Val Kaprov, and I used some other frameworks for about a year, and then I realized, okay, I can do this a little bit better, and I had some help with one of my mentors, and I ended up building with also another colleague, Christopher Din, the Mean Stack JS, and we built it out together, and we found a niche there that you can go check out meanstackjs.com, and that's when we started it later, but I wish I would have learned to find a niche earlier. Ultimately, that is a really good one that helped my career big time. The next thing is having a plan. Having goals and aspirations are great, but now you need to write them down, find a mentor, and actually help you get there. This is truly wish, not only I was saying before about having a mentor from the start, but I had to have a plan. Now that I have a plan, I know where I'm going. I know how to get there. I know what's not working on my way to get there. And I know what is working on my way to get there. And mentors have helped me out all along the way. So I encourage you to do the same. And last but not least, Google is a tool. Google has experienced every error in the world and every solution in the world. So I need to be open to more of mining it, using it as a tool, and actually being open to talking about it. A lot of people early in the career think they need to hide that they Google a lot or hide that they're not fully capable of just sitting down, slapping the keyboard and magically solving problems. Sometimes you need to Google. Actually, a lot of times you need to Google. So being okay with it from the very beginning. Now, I got okay with using it and talking about it about a year and a half, 2 years in. But this is where sometimes the imposter syndrome will slow people down, or in general, just being new to the career will slow people down. But trust me, talk to any coder, and Google is the number one friend. But fully embrace it from the beginning. It's one of the things I wish I had known. Now, ultimately, the cheat code. What is it? It's this: not to chase money, because money will come when you provide value. Second thing, time. Cheat code starts with time. Everything literally is going to take time that I'm about to talk about, and you need to know that, because there's no cheat code to take away time, but there's only cheat code if you start now with time. And the first is the failing. The faster you fail, the faster you learn. Second, Google more to get more answers. 3, the experiences. The more experiences, the more you can lead. 4, to be mentored. The more mentors you have, the faster you get to your goals. 5, finding a niche. The faster you find your niche, the faster you become a subject matter expert. 6, ultimately, the faster you create a plan is the faster you join the fast lane. Now, if you feel like you want help accelerating your career around the coding career fast lane, or around the fast lane, then go ahead and join me. I have created the Coding Career Fast Lane. It's a service to help accelerate your career, whether you're a beginner or advanced, and it helps you and shows you how to build a plan that will get you to where you want. And I realized I botched some of that last part, but basically, if you're wanting help to become a great developer. Other than that, go ahead and give it a subscribe, a like. I realized I was questioning what I was thinking about there because I forget which platform I'm on. I'm technically on both right now. But give it a sub, give it a like, share it, and reach out if you have any comments, questions, concerns. And yeah, we'll see you all in the next video.